Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Good Vibes, and welcome to part two of the World Wide Web dating series. That was a mouthful. The Bachelors. So the men are going to speak tonight. If you watched our last show, you saw the ladies get grilled by the brothers, and they were asked some really tough questions, and they opened up. They answered honestly. The audience seemed to really be feeling it and vibing with it, and asked a lot of questions, and it was a lively show. So I'm hoping for the same thing tonight. We have three bachelors on, and we have one more that may pop in a little bit later. And we're going to talk about dating, the good, the bad, the ugly, misinformation, perception, a lot of things that we've seen online, discussions that happen online. We're going to kind of clear up some of these questions that we have for the fellas. So we're going to let everybody introduce themselves, and then we're just going to jump right in. So I'm going to let one of our guests go first. So we're going to start with Shinka. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody a little something about you?
Name Shinka from Philly, reside in Georgia, and I love tacos.
You do love tacos. All right, Mr. Crash.
My name is Crash Frozen. I'm currently residing in Atlanta, Georgia, originally from North Carolina, and I just love my me time.
All right, Paul.
What's up? It's
OG.
the OG. You know who it is. Mr. Smell Good. Coming to you from Limon, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. He's on
Sipping on
vacation.
sipping on some drinks, and I came in here because they shut down the situation down here at 9 o'clock. So I'm at my hotel, listening to the crashes on the waves on the rocks, drinking some drinks,
Rub it in, why don't you? While we sitting there doing regular life.
and
You got
kicking it
the
with
waves
y'all.
crashing and having a drink. I'm drinking water
Absolutely,
in the
absolutely.
garage. I podcast from a
Uh,
garage, so I'm here in the garage.
Hey, that's what it is. But
My
I'm
people
glad
took
to
over
be.
the whole house, so there's no space to cast anywhere else. So,
Yeah. So
okay, I'm glad to have you on, and we're just gonna jump right on into it. So, the first question I think we asked the ladies was, the basic one: why are you single? So, if you're, single, is something wrong with you? You have an issue, you're just not finding the right one. What is your reason for being single at this moment in life today? And we can start with Crash.
Starting with me, I would say for me, I think more so that having had multiple failed relationships, I think my tolerance for I have a shorter tolerance, for things. So therefore, I tend to pull away and things don't last. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not one that, and then I'm an older gentleman also. I'm 48 years of age. So, most women don't understand that, you deal with older gentlemen, pretty much you're set in your ways. So therefore, you're going to have to tolerate some things about them that may never change.
Okay, what is something that off top someone would have to tolerate if they're gonna
I
if they're
knew
gonna
that
be
was
in your
coming.
life?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, you opened it up. You opened it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, bring it. But I think I'll say my two negative characteristics are one, I'm stubborn. I will admit that I'm very stubborn. Two, I can be overly protective. Which in this day and age, a lot of women like to do things themselves. So me being a provider, protector, so on and so on, I think oftentimes I get wrapped up into doing too much for a woman, and she feels like I'm stepping on her feet.
Okay. All right, Shinka, same question. Why are you single? What's going on with you?
Don't nobody like me, but
I
I
like you. I
mean,
think you're very personable.
aw. But seriously, with my last few relationships, lack of consistency, lack of communication, lack of affection, it's mostly their way or the highway, and just be open and honest with me. Like, even if it's something that you feel as though that's going to hurt me, lying to me and withholding information is going to produce a more negative outcome than just outright telling me the truth. Because I can work with the truth, I can't work with a lie.
Definitely.
Um, Also, because mostly everybody got kids and nobody brings me tacos.
Okay. So since you brought up the kids, Can you go ahead and explain your personal stance on children so that when we get into the conversation, it makes sense to those who don't know you personally?
Well, the whole thing is I don't come with kids, and I'm 38 years old, and I got a vasectomy at age 31 because I love my freedom. I like to get up and go whenever I want to. Plus, when it comes to kids, that's a responsibility that I don't want to partake in. So whenever I want to get up and go, the only thing I need to worry about is my rent paid, is all my bills and my utilities paid, and is my cat fed, and does he have clean litter?
Okay, Paul. I don't know why you single because I know you personally now. I don't know. So go ahead and explain to us why you're still single.
I'm single because I want to be. Because I ran across quality women in my life, and you know the timing was just not right because of the responsibilities that I have in my life. With my family and my situation. So it's not about the choice of women because there are definitely quality women that I've run across, but I've chosen to not pursue those those opportunities because I didn't think I could handle it. I didn't think I could handle, you know, fairly being in a relationship and the other responsibilities in my life. So it's not about anybody else but me.
So what if you met somebody? Would you change your stance? Would you be open to meeting somebody, or are you like really, really single by choice? Like that's just
It's really by choice. It's really about, am I willing to put in the work that a relationship requires? And I haven't, gotten to that point where I said, you know what, I'm ready to put that work in. So, you know,
that's fair.
the that's the a lot of people don't realize how much work a relationship requires and how much of yourself that you really have to invest. So what they do is they're ready to receive love. They want people to love them, but they're not necessarily willing to put that work in. And you got to put that work in for it to work. So I'm not ready to put that work in. So I
So
can't. Yeah. Now, do I miss being in a relationship? Do I want companionship and affection and all that other stuff? Absolutely.
okay,
But you know,
just laughing at one of these comments getting ready to come in. Well, what is your definition, Paul, of a quality woman? Since you mentioned that, and Crash is asking you.
um, a quality woman is someone who wants to understand me. It's not necessarily about any of these stupid ass um, fucking restrictions that people have about how much she got to make and does she cook and all this other stuff. It's about wanting to understand me and if our connection is valid to make each other better.
I understand that. I think we're all tired of the dead horse questions. If I got to hear any more questions about cooking, about providing, about who
Right,
does the laundry, I'm like,
right.
man, we're not going to get anywhere like that. So I definitely agree with you. It looks like Javasia doesn't understand how you date women with children. He does not date women with children, and yeah, that's pretty much it, right, Shank?
I'm sorry, I had myself on mute because I
Oh,
was giving everybody the respect in the floor. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Yeah.
The question below is for you.
And do you date women with children? If so, how old children has to be? No, I do not date women with children
At all,
at all.
in any circumstance.
Nope.
And no
What
woman
if
can
they're
change your mind.
what if they're grown children?
Mm,
Like out the house,
Yeah,
um,
adults.
graduated adult children that's taking care of themselves.
it would solely and strongly depends if said children is not on that baby boy type time. Like I
I
understand
got you.
that. Yeah, I understand that children's being overprotective of their mom, as anyone should be. But when you get disrespectful, grilling me with questions, it's like, dude, I'm banging your mom, not you. Mind your business.
I got you.
And I think it's also circumstantial also as far as dating women with children. Every situation is not going to be the same. So, I mean, I know myself, my kids are not young. I prefer somebody with older children, or if not grown children. However, love comes in various forms. So, you can't, I know for Jay, I can't say that, I'm not going to interact with a woman because she has young children. If we vibe like that, I mean, hell, I may find myself in a situation where I end up dating a woman with younger children.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Well, I've
Um,
said on other shows, it's like young children, like, where the hell the daddy at? Like, I want to know what kind of relationship the daddy has with those children because I don't necessarily want to sign up for stepdaddy role.
I mean that's fair too. That's fair too. I think because we're women and we have children, we think that everyone is supposed to just want to hang out with us regardless, and we disregard the choices that some men make in regards to children.
Right.
Mostly grown, but I definitely understand that. And Shink and I are friends, so I,
But hell, sometimes
always
grown
respect
children can be worse than little children.
They can be if they're needy and they're back at
Yeah,
the house and
yeah,
they're in trouble all
yeah.
the time and they got to keep popping in to live. Yeah.
Shit, my ex-wife, grown children did more damage than the young children did. So, hell.
So okay, we're gonna get into a few more questions, but I want to answer some of these audience questions first. Um, how hard is it to find women in your dating age range that don't have children?
Mm, sinker.
I mean, it's really not hard, but there's like other qualities that comes with it. So there's like a couple of things that I do require. Like affection is my top love language. Like I met a woman that does, excuse me, doesn't have any children, but when it comes to physical touch, I would initiate it all the time, but I wasn't receiving any. So if I'm going to be the giver all the time and the initial all the time, but I can't receive that, then it's going to be an issue. So
Right.
it's a whole package of things that has to come that it has to come with.
Okay. So we do have some ladies in the audience that are that age range and above and don't have any children. So we know it's not impossible. It's probably not as easy as finding women with children. And we have a comment from the audience. Yeah, women sometimes feel the same way as well, that they don't want to
Yeah.
deal with children. So I think that's definitely fair. So this is a question that comes up very often in any kind of relationship discussions or on dating sites, defining the stages of dating. These are the stages that I think are most common. Do you fellas, see it in the same way? Are these like the logical, orderly steps to getting to a relationship? We can start with Paul.
um, Communication. I mean, people need to state what they want, right? And you can't just go into a situation um, with the wish and a dream that that person is going to understand what you want. So you really have to verbalize and have that conversation, and both sides have to have the conversation where you're both on the same plane. If you're not on the same level, then y'all need to have that discussion as to do we need to stop or do we need to keep going. But I think what happens is a lot of people don't have the conversation because they're afraid that the other person doesn't want what they want. So if you can't have that conversation, don't be like, okay, well, he knew that you know, I was hanging around for him
Right.
to be in a relationship, or she knew that I didn't want no relationship, and she just stuck around. Like y'all still need to have that conversation. So
Definitely.
once the conversation happens and y'all agree, it's about the agreement. It's not about when. It's about when you have that conversation and how y'all agree.
Okay, then you know what? There's a question that I was gonna discuss next, but I'll go ahead and have the next two fellas answer this question, and then Paul will come back around to you again because it's kind of leading into this. And this is the one that I have the most issues with. I'm going to be honest as a woman and say this whole When is it a relationship? A relationship. I got my feelings hurt a long time ago with one of those you knew what it was from jump conversations. And so um, I believe that unless a man tells you exactly we are in an exclusive relationship, that nothing else he says or does means that you are. Can you give
Right.
me your take on this concept, Shinka?
Basically, if me and you had the conversation and the vibe is there, I'm gonna let you know I want to be in a relationship with you, or as we say in Philly, I'm trying to crack on you. What's up? You know what I mean? I'm feeling you. I want to be your man. Do you want to be my woman? It's a simple yes or no. And if you can't give me a yes or no or a short, not a long story, but I'm gonna make it short. Someone that I was trying to talk to, I'm like, look, I'm trying to be your man. What's up? And she like, well, you got to wait until next week for the answer. No, we ain't got time for that. I'm in my 30s. I got shit to do.
Really?
So we
Really?
doing this tonight. Yeah.
I don't agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Crash. When is it a relationship to you? Are you giving signals and telling her she's the only one and it's just you and her, but then telling her it's not a relationship?
Well, first of all, I would say that I don't consider myself to be a promiscuous kind of guy. So
Okay.
first and foremost, if I'm sleeping with somebody, I'm sleeping with them and not them only. And as we know in this day and age, guess what? Sex is on the table early on, earlier than it was back in our parents' days. It's on the table. So typically you're going to reach that point before you're going to reach the relationship point. But if I'm sleeping with you, obviously I feel something for you. But I do believe it's on the man to establish, those boundaries or the timelines and the status of you and I. So I would say that it's on the man to step forward and say, "Hey, let it be known that look, I'm feeling you. I want to have a relationship with you, and let's see where this goes."
Is that how
There's
you
levels
believe?
to that now.
Yes,
And
there's
there's levels
levels.
to that now. Yeah,
Has
there's
anyone been
definitely levels to
confused
that.
by your actions and thought you were in a relationship, but you weren't really in a relationship?
Nah, 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 no, no woman's ever been confused because I'm very cut and dry.
Okay, Paul.
Oh yeah, women have been confused by me because I'm gonna give you the boyfriend experience, not necessarily committing to that being in that situation, right? So because I miss intimacy and a partnership, then when I do finally have somebody that's going to fuck with me on that level, yeah, I'm going to cook for you. I'm going to give you massages. I'm going to tell you stay
Ooh, you
over.
laying it
Blah blah
on
blah blah
thick.
blah. I'm laying it on thick, but the conversation still needs to happen. So what I do is also offer the opportunity for that person to understand that we have an open conversation. You need to tell me if things are too intense for you or not. Because if it's
Okay.
intense and you can't handle it, just let me know. Like, okay, you know what? I need to back up. But yes, there have been women in my life that have been confused because I like to cook. I like to be affectionate. I like to, treat women very good in my space. So because they feel like, okay, this experience is better than they've had in certain relationships, that's confusing for them. And for me, it's just normal. That's just how I treat women.
Okay.
So
I think a
So,
lot of us get confused by
yeah, so
words
they'll
and
be
actions that don't spell out relationship. Like if a
right.
man says it's just me and you're it for me. I just want to be with you. Then I think some of us have been confused in the past with that language, thinking it means something, only to find out um, that that's not the case. Paul, I'm having a
right.
technical difficulty on my end. They said they can't see the men, and I don't see any other settings. There's something I can do really quick.
They want to see me.
Well, they said they
Yeah.
can't see you, and I don't know if
Uh,
you normally enlarge this by yourself or it
no,
goes.
no, no, no. I was pointing it towards. I'm trying to see. I was just
Let
doing
me
something
just
else.
check the live. One
Hey,
second,
hey,
please.
hey, hey, Vibe. While we fixing that, can I address Yvonne's question?
Yes, since that was
So,
you who
so,
who
so
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I'll address that from my standpoint. She want to know why does a man have to establish when it's a relationship. Granted, both parties have free will in this, but if you're dealing with an old-fashioned man like myself, I think it's upon me to establish where we're going. To lead where we're going in this situationship, relationship, or whatever we're gonna title this. So that's what I meant. Why hey, the man should establish a timeline and say, hey, look, I want you to be my woman. So I don't know if that answers your question, Vaughn.
It does, but we still get confused. I can't tell you why. I'm not going to pretend like I know. I don't know if any ladies can chime in or would like to chime in on this, but um, sometimes the line is very blurry for us.
Can
That's,
I
that's all
answer?
I can say.
Can I answer two parts about the one,
Sure.
the confusion, and why does the man has to establish the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as the confusing part, there are women that has been confused, but I let them know what it is. I tell them what it is. I lay out the plan of this is what is going to be, because anyone that knows me, I'm a straight shooter. I don't do one thing. I don't say one thing and do something else. My actions aligns with what I say. So if I tell you that this is going to be we're going to be a friendship, and the benefits of that friendship is I cook for you whenever you come over, because anybody that comes to my place is automatically going to get a meal. And if you need some dick, you ain't got to scroll through your phone and figure out, well, who I'm gonna get some from. Then you can get it from me. But where
Okay.
the confusion part comes in is they think that a relationship equals sex, and I tell everyone from jump, a relationship does not equal sex. Just because I give you good sex doesn't mean we're in a relationship. But I also give them the choice. If this is something that you cannot handle, then I leave you alone, you leave me alone, and you go look for what you're looking for, and I go look for what I'm looking for.
That's
But
fair.
if you agree to it and you try to change the narrative, and I'm not on the same page that you are, that's your fault. Because I give everyone that come across me options. Now, to the second part, why does the man has to establish a relationship? First of all, like Paul and Crash said, the conversation has to be had. Yes, women can establish. First of all, can't not one person establish that we're in a relationship, because it has to be a mutual
Right. It's got to
agreement.
be both of you.
So we both have to agree that this is what we want.
Okay. Well, it looks like you guys are the unicorns in the bunch because a lot of us ladies we don't get that clarity. We get a let's see how it goes. Let's play it by ear. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, and then on either side, a false move could be cause of confusion where either person thought we were something else. So I'm glad that at least y'all aren't out there blurring the lines and confusing people. Um,
Well, there's a question that I want to answer. So
Go ahead.
the question was, why give the boyfriend experience if you don't want the
Yes, the
relationship?
boyfriend experience.
So that the honest answer is it's selfish. It's selfish because I miss intimacy. I miss the partnership. I miss having that person. So it feels good to have that
Right.
experience, but not necessarily have the responsibility of it. So it's very
That's fair.
selfish. It's
That's
very selfish.
um
Um,
very
but
selfish. I'm not sure because we do date
no, no,
for.
no, 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 no. It's selfish because if I know that the other person wants the same thing that I'm
Okay.
exhibiting, then if they want that from a dude, then it's selfish from the standpoint of I'm doing this just for my enjoyment, not for her. You know what I mean? But I'm doing this for me because it makes me feel good. But the conversation still needs to happen. So the floor is open. Let's talk about how you feel about this boyfriend experience. If this is too much for you, if it's too intense, if it's too much for you to deal with, where your past boyfriends or relationships or marriages haven't exhibited the same type of experience that I'm giving you, then back the fuck up. It's cool. Like you're an adult, you can make an adjustment as well,
Yeah.
and
Bingo.
and you can say that. You can say that. Like it's okay for you to say that. It's like, look, dude, you don't want a relationship, but you treating me like your girl. I'm confused. I need to chill.
That's fair, and that it is communication that women need to have too.
It's
We have our
com-
own
it's
responsibility to
community,
communicate,
right?
Yeah.
so we
Exactly.
can't just say the line is blurred and then blame it all on on the man
Right.
and not ask
Right.
the questions
Accountability.
themselves. So
Accountability.
um, I think we
Yep.
need to
Accountability.
accept the answers that we're given, and not try to change the narrative or change the conversation, or do what we did in high school and hope that our love can change him. Because ladies, we know that's not going to happen. I hope we know
Please
that's.
say it again for the ones in the back.
I hope we know it's not going to happen. So,
But I got an interesting question. What
mhm.
exactly is the boyfriend experience?
So the boyfriend experience is
Uh-oh.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's
Here we
say
go.
let's 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 say I'm talking to somebody and they decide that they want to come visit me, right? The boyfriend experience is you're going to get from the time you get off the plane, you are going to get
You a bad man.
roses, hugs.
Roses. There you
You a
go.
bad
Yep.
man.
You're
Yep.
you're
Yep.
going
Yep.
to get you're going to be dated. You're going to be um, massaged. You're going to go to different places and experience different things that you haven't before. Like I'm listening to you as you talk, so I'm going to engage in those types of things, right?
Yeah.
So the boyfriend experience is not just about sex; it's about everything that you talked to
Intimacy.
me about. Intimacy. It's about intimacy, exactly.
But you do
And I'm
understand
going.
that can be intoxicating, right? You
No,
do
no, I
get that.
get it. No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
absolutely get it. But the floor is open. So before, even while you're talking to me, I'm saying to you, look, if this is too intense, let's talk about that too.
But we want the intense. Do you
No, no, no,
understand the
no. But
dilemma?
no, no, no. But let's talk about it. If you
Okay.
be
It's,
honest,
it's
I'm going to
communication,
be
isn't it?
honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm giving you this experience, and it's going to be very selfish on my part because I want that. I love how that feels. Well, tell me how it feels to you as well.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
And
does
then,
it
Yeah.
feel?
Let me add on to what brother man just
I
said.
saw you.
So
I saw you
for
smirking. I know
for
you had a word. Go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Crash.
yeah. So I would say for me, I only have one gear. I have one gear, and that's boyfriend experience. Which can be coupled with husband experience. So like he said, from the time you get off the plane, you got roses. I mean, I'm gonna treat you like I'm a gentleman at heart. So I'm gonna give you the whole experience all the time. I mean, I was dating a woman once, and she would come over, and I have two hooks outside of my shower. Her towel went in front of my towel. And
Oh, okay.
some would look at that and say, so if she was coming over, her washing utensils were already out and laid out next to where she could use them.
Y'all dangerous.
Hell, if she, she got up to go to work earlier than I did if she stayed over. I mean, she had coffee while she was in the shower. I got up and made her coffee to go, maybe packed her a little snack and things of that nature. If I cooked dinner the night before, I made her to go plate to take for have a lunch or whatever. So again, a guy like myself, I only have one gear. So that's why I say sometimes that can be too much for a woman.
I mean, I mean,
Go
I
ahead,
don't even have,
Vibes. Go ahead, Vibes.
I don't even have like any real words for that.
right. But I'm saying all we have to do is have the conversation. So if it's too intense for you, or if it's too much for you, or your past has exhibited that you haven't been treated by your actual relationships like the way I'm treating you, let's talk about it
It's not that
instead of.
cut and dry in a woman's
eh,
mind, though. We
But that's
still
the problem.
want to go down the road and see how far we can go to see if we can
No,
advance. That
no, because
we want to
I'm giving
continue to.
you
We don't work
no,
like y'all, though. I know you saying no, but I'm saying yes. If you're doing
but
all of
I'm
that, why are we gonna go someplace else? We're gonna try to see if
but
we can
I'm
make this work.
right. But I'm saying to you is you can't make it work by yourself. Because if
True.
I'm telling you, hey, this is a selfish act. This is for me and my self gratification. You can choose to engage or not. And if you tell me that's too intense, then I need to back off and be like, okay, you're not gonna get the full boyfriend experience. You're gonna get the half boyfriend experience. You know what I mean?
Y'all
Like, let's
just
have that
dangerous.
conversation.
Y'all dangerous. Y'all just very bad men. That's all I can say. Y'all
But let's
dangerous.
have that. But why not have a conversation? That's the
Because the
problem.
conversation doesn't change the feeling. You having the conversation that, yeah, I'm gonna do all this for you, but I'm not gonna be your man, does not help us at all.
But let's have the conversation
I,
anyway.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree to have the conversation. I'm just telling you that in a
There's
woman's mind,
stages.
it's not that simple as he's going to do all these things for me, but he really doesn't want to be my man, even though we know you really don't want to be our man.
But
It's
but
a
there are
it's a, it's a
stages. There are
duality in the
stages.
way we think and feel that you know it, it just doesn't make it that that easy. So Miss Fierce T wants to know, after you give the boyfriend experience, do you care if she's still seeing other men?
Absolutely.
Since it's just the
No,
experience.
no, it's just an experiment. It's again, when I say it's selfish, it's for me. It's not
I
for
know.
it's not for me to own her. It's not for me to try to, tell her that she's my girl. It's for me to feel that thing that I've been missing,
That you want to feel, right?
that I want to feel.
So,
It's not
exactly.
about
Exactly.
it's
So
not
how much does
about
it have to do with her? She gets a placeholder. Could anybody just step in and you give them all the boyfriend experience and it doesn't matter who she is, or is there anything special about any of these women?
no, the boyfriend experience comes with because I feel a certain way about her. But that doesn't necessarily mean like relationship to men um, equates to responsibility. I'm going to speak for myself. I don't know about any of the other guys here. It equates to responsibility. Do I want to be responsible for how she feels? Do I want to be responsible for her lifestyle? Do I want to be responsible for the rest of how the things that going on in her life? That's what relationship equates to me.
Okay.
So the answer is no. And I can say that unequivocally, and it sounds ugly and it sounds wrong, but the answer is no. I don't want to be
It's
responsible for
it's,
that
it's
shit.
honest. I'm
Right?
trying not to internalize ugly or see it
Right.
that way. We need the answers,
Right.
and that's why you
The
need to
answer is
know.
no.
The
I
answer
am
is no.
here. I enjoy how that feels at the moment, not necessarily that I want to sign up for the responsibility of all
Okay.
the other stuff.
We're
So
gonna start with
so
Sheikah
so there's
on this one, unless you want to finish,
okay, good.
Crash. You have something else to add?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say, you said that you give everybody the boyfriend experience. I can only speak for Jay. So, well, Crash for his purposes, but nonetheless, uh, you know, if you're with me, you're gonna have that boyfriend experience because that's. I mean, like I said, I only have one gear. So, if you have it confused, that's for you to sort out, in my opinion. Because if you're dating other men, I'm not gonna put myself in competition with those other men. That's for you to go back and sort and say, Crash is this way,
But you already
and
okay,
and
but
and 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 Ken is this way. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I don't feel the same way when I'm with Ken than I do with Crash. So bottom line to that is, hey, you don't think about hard how you
but
feel. Hey, Jay
but if
opens my
it's
doors. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay, but if it's just an experience, what is her motivation to stay with you since you already said you don't want to be with her? I'm kind of,
No,
there's
no, I never said that. I never said that. But I just believe that there are levels to establishing that relationship.
oh,
There's certain things for me I need to see in a woman, and sometimes they come early, sometimes they come late. And there's certain things I need to see. Some things that we didn't used to talk about. That's very important to me now. What's your credit score like? I mean, what's your spending habits like? Even if I'm the breadwinner, I still need to know, you're not going to go ahead and do frivolous spending to put us in harm's way. So
okay.
again, it's a lot of things I need to see. What's your hygiene habits like at the house? So I need to see all of these things.
Okay. Can you quickly answer the bottom question, and then we're going to move on and let Shinka start with the next crash?
Extra. If he only has the 1 year, why can't he commit to one or two of them? I'm not clear as to what she said. Why can't I commit to one
Well,
or
I
two of
guess he's
them?
saying because you said you only have the boyfriend experience gear, and that
Hmm.
you don't necessarily want to see other women. You just want to get to a level where you and that woman agree to, to be together. Like it's not a game per se. You're just waiting to see certain things before you decide if she's for you or not. So the question is, why haven't you committed to one of those women? Why are you still here single if they're all getting the boyfriend experience and loving it, and you're just waiting to see certain things? I guess you didn't see certain
Uh,
things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'll answer that. So for me, what I will put out there too, I've been married. I've been married twice, 12 years each time. All right, I've never had any short relationships, but then the representatives have a way of showing up and staying on the scene for quite a period of time. And then you get down the road 5, 6, 7, 8 years in, and you're like, oh, what the hell? I didn't see this shit. How the hell did I miss this? She's a drama queen. She's all about everybody else other than the household. So for me, I think it's the fear of running into that representative leaving and the true person showing up. So I need to have time to see what's there for me that I need to have in my life.
I understand that. Fellas, can you explain for us ladies, elaborate kind of on what Crash said, that you can go that many years and then decide there's a trait that you find that makes her unsuitable for you. What, I guess my question is, do you understand how confusing that might be to a woman who's put in those 5 years with you and then you decided that she did something or some trait popped out that, is not for you? Is there any way to figure that out earlier, Paul?
I'm gonna let Shinka go because Shinka hasn't said anything.
Okay. Shinka?
I've been wanting to chime in on a couple of things, but we can
Oh,
move
just
on.
just
So,
just put your hand up.
Go ahead,
all
do your
right.
thing.
So, as far as so, I'm gonna touch on the boyfriend experience just briefly. I don't believe in the boyfriend experience, and the reason why I say that is because I'm a gentleman all across the board with anyone. Just like good vibes. Can I use you for an example?
Hmm?
I say, can I use you for a quick example?
Sure.
Like if you was to come to Atlanta, right? And let's just say we go out with the group and stuff. Like I'm not going to open up a door for you and let you go through first. Or I'm the type of person that if you need to be walked to your car, if you like, oh, I'm about to head out and you go to your car, I'm going to walk you to your car, make sure that you get to your car safe and open up the car door for you. I do that with everyone. Like I said, I'm a gentleman to everyone, so I don't do the whole boyfriend experience. Only time that you get the boyfriend experience if I choose to be exclusive with you and you make the choice to be exclusive with me. There's other stuff that I'll do for you that I won't do for anybody else. That's only exclusive to you.
So what are those benefits? What are the Shinka boyfriend experience benefits?
You get all my time, my love, my affection. I cater to your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual needs.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
I guess it's levels depending on the gentleman you deal with, how
It's
far the
it's a
boyfriend experience goes, and what that means to each person. So again, it goes back
it all
to
it all depends
communication.
on that. It all depends on the person. Like with me, it all depends on who I'm dealing with. So, and someone asked if you're doing all this for one woman, would you mind that if she steps out? You're not my woman. You're a freak. You're a grown woman. You can do whatever you want with whomever you want.
Okay, so that leads me to another question, and it's this one: open relationships. Who's with it? Do you
Tried
want to give
it, did
like
it,
everybody the boyfriend experience, or are you trying to
Nah, nah,
boyfriend one person?
been there,
nah. I
done
can't
it.
do
Don't
no
want to do it again. I'm
relationships.
good.
Mm-mm,
Okay, Crash,
nah, nah, not for me.
Paul.
It's not for me.
I might be open to it. You know, I'm good with being a number two. Like there's the 80-20 rule. Let me be the 20. Because the
Is
20 is a fun guy.
so
The
you would
20
like
is
to
a
have
fun guy. The 80
the
is a
20 is wanted,
responsibility guy.
right? The
The 80 is
responsibility part is what you're.
the 80 is the responsibility guy. The 20 is the fun guy. Let me be the
So,
20 guy.
so you just want to run in here and there and do a little fun things and make it special and then pop on out.
No, I just want to be like I'm at a stage of my life where I have so many other responsibilities that I don't need another one. And if you want to be cool with me being the 20 guy, I'm good with that. Like, I'm not even concerned about what the 80 guy does. Like, do your thing. Let him pay the rent. Let him be concerned about,
That
managing
sounds
your
so
feelings.
terrible.
It does. It does. Let him be concerned about how your feelings and all that shit. But I'll be the one that take you to the amusement parks and, take you on the fun trips. I'll be the vacation dude. Like, I could be that. I'm good with that. Now, everybody don't want to be that. I'm not. You know, I'm
Okay.
not saying that that's a ideal situation. I'm just saying what's ideal for me. I can be the 20 dude.
So do you think it's beneficial for us to go ahead and move like y'all and just give y'all the girlfriend experience and no commitment and we just roll it like this? I mean, is
Let's
that
have the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Yeah,
right?
man.
I know we can have the conversation, but
Frequent,
I want to know what you think.
frequent
Do you think if
conversations.
this is the
No, no,
state of
no,
dating right
no.
now
Listen,
that we should move like y'all move?
no, listen. I've been that dude that fell in love with the the person that I was just smashing. Like I've been that dude, and I understand that um, I have to play my role because I know what I signed up for.
Yep,
And
that's
what I
kind of
s-
the you knew what it was from jump. I need to
You
get a
knew what it
T-shirt.
was from jump. I knew what I signed up for that. That's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to change the situation. I ain't signed up for maybe it's gonna be something else. I signed up for getting jump off. And I gotta play my position on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't switch up the game and the knife ending. You can't do that. That's not how that works.
Okay.
Vibes. I read a interesting article or a couple interesting articles this week, and one of them is a dating series. One of them said the 5 challenges both men and women face in dating, and it was kind of cool because it ties into some of the things that have been said already. Which is one that everybody knows about, which is lack of chemistry. In this social media era, a lot of times you're meeting people online, so you may have chemistry with them online that may not transition over to in person. So, you're
Definitely.
going to run into that right there. Then you're going to have the mixed match values. So, chemistry, is going to ignite the relationship, but matching values is going to keep the flame alive. So, if whatever your values are that drive you, can tear a relationship apart. It could be from having children or handling how you handle finances, your opinions on religion, and so on. The next one was Jaded Partners. I mean, men and women are guilty of this. So jaded partners, some of them haven't gotten over their past relationships or things that have traumas that have happened in their past, and therefore they're walking into the next relationship and they're seeing their new partner through the lens of their former partner. So therefore, their new partner, he or she does not have a chance to show who they are because they're viewing them through the lens of the
Right.
past.
You already have an idea
Uh,
or
yeah, yeah.
expecting certain behavior
you,
because of what
you,
you've
you
been
know
through.
one of them that I think that was really critical that hit me is unwillingness to work on relationships. You know, uh, it said many are also addicted to how easy and effortless the honeymoon phase in a relationship is, and as soon as that's over, they quit. They don't want to put the work in to figure out how to make this thing work. So that was quite interesting to me. And of course, bad timing. And when we look at bad timing, we just, we swipe past that and say, okay, the bad timing may just factor in as, okay, she was talking to somebody else. No, the person could have received a job offer that takes them out of state, or they may, and I lost a great relationship based upon bad timing. So family matters or, career milestones or other health issues could factor into bad timing.
That's true. Since we got onto online dating a little bit, let's talk about dating profile. This is a question that showed up in the inbox a couple of times. The ladies wanted to know what about a woman's dating profile was an instant turn on or an instant turn off. And we'll start with Shinka.
It depends. Most of them was an instant turn off. Like I seen dating profiles where they've required, like I read through them, and one of them said that they had kids. I was like, next. One
Right.
of them said you got to be a man. Everybody said that you got to be a man of God. Next, everybody knows that I'm a devil worshiping godless heathen that loves tacos. So not anybody who knows I'm joking, but anybody
Right.
that think it's serious, then it is what it is. And I've seen
Right.
some women that says that you got to make a certain income. So I'm like, all right, next,
Okay. And
keep
what
and I just kept on swiping.
I
So
can't blame you for that. Those are um, fair things to swipe past, especially with this whole provider and non-provider. We'll try to get into that a little bit later on. But what about a woman's dating profile was a turn on to you? What do you what interests you on a woman's dating profile? What makes you go, and dig a little deeper into one?
Well, if I don't see anything about kids or religion, there's something that says that they like video games. So I'm in the inbox. Well, what system you play?
Okay, so video games, anime, what else? Tacos
Video games, anime, tacos, and cats.
and cats. Okay, Paul, what about you? What turns you on about a profile, and what is an instant turn off about an online dating profile?
Accountability and just someone describing who they are. Like I hate reading profiles that have PTSD in them. Uh,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so you need to have a job and not live with your mama and have your own
Yeah,
car and blah blah blah.
yeah.
Like those PTSD profiles, um, like it screams that I have to prove that I'm not someone, and those have a tone
There is a tone,
that
definitely.
there is a tone that I really just don't want to have those kinds of conversations with about proving that I'm not what
Not one of
you
those.
right, not what you experienced in your lifetime. But what turns me on is accountability because I look for um, women that talk about who they are and how they um,
How they became who they are.
how they became who they are. Even little imperfections, like those things, kind of turn me on because I know that that person is looking in the mirror, you know, and I'd rather that than the person that is blaming. You
Definitely, a
know,
positive and a learning experience sounds way better than don't be a bum and don't be a this and don't be a
right,
that.
right,
So
right, right, right.
I can
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
get that. I think most ladies can get that too. Crash, what about you?
So I will speak on the positives first. For me, I want, I kind of have to mirror what my brother said there, as far as a woman that kind of gives me a glimpse into her world, and lets me see who she really is and what's important to her, and I can read her values in life through her posts. So that's significant to me. I see you on your grown lady shit. That moves me. You carry yourself in a classy fashion on there. Moving over to the things that turn me off. You got your ass turned to the camera, all your titties out, that, if everybody else is seeing everything I'm seeing and I'm supposed to be your significant other, I mean, I'm turned off.
Okay,
If your profile
that was the
reads,
next question.
if your profile reads, if you do this, don't contact me. If you do this, don't contact me. If you have this, don't contact me. If you got this, don't. I'm like, yo, okay, I wasn't gonna contact your ass no way,
Right.
but okay, I'm following you.
Too many. Yeah. Too many
Yeah,
negatives. Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
So I mean, it just go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. So this is a question that I also got a bunch of inboxes about. When we meet men online, they often want to make sure that we're okay from the neck down, right? That we're going to be their type, they're going to be attractive. So how do we show you what we're working with without showing you what we're working with? Like, what is that line that takes a picture from me trying to give you a little something so you can see what I'm built like, and it looking like an advertisement for sexuality? Where's the line drawn? We're gonna start with Paul.
I love maxi dresses. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah,
I
I love that maxi and summer
love
dresses. I don't know why.
I love maxi dresses, and if a woman has a profile with a maxi dress on and a hat, I'm like, yo, that's dope. That's something that would catch my eye. You know what I mean? So she don't have to have titties or stuff out. Now I'm a titty guy. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a titty guy, but she ain't gotta have everything exposed. If she has a maxi dress and a sun hat on or a baseball cap and some jeans on, that's dope. That's so dope.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like explicit. It doesn't have to be stupid. It just has to be like,
yeah.
give me a full perspective instead
Where does
of
that line come in though? When do you
right.
look at the maxi dress and go, oh, not this one? Is it the tightness of the maxi dress, the low cut of the max? Is it the pose, the position? Like, what takes it from? Okay, she's showing me what she's shaped like, and oh,
Bingo,
she's advertising.
bingo.
I mean, if it looks like a parachute, then it's a problem. But if it looks like, you know, what I mean, like a maxi dress, I like the loose, breezy. You know what I mean? If the wind hit it and that type of stuff, that's cool.
If the wind hit it, stick to the right places, type of
It stick
thing.
to the right places.
All the
Yeah,
right places. All the
that's
right places.
dope. That's so dope.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, you know, just give me a full perspective. Don't give me the neck up for 1,000 pictures because then I feel like you got something to
Mm.
hide. Just
Right.
and
Hi, there you
and don't get
go.
me
There you
and
go.
don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. The dudes that have like 1,000 pictures with their hat on, right? Just like me, right? I always have a hat on, but I got hair, so
Right.
you know, I
I'm
ain't
jealous.
hiding nothing. What I'm saying, like you know, the dudes with the hat fishing dudes, they out there too.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, what I'm
Thanks for being
saying,
honest about that one, because the hat and not the hat is a totally different brother for some men. It's totally
right,
different look. Okay, Shinka,
absolutely.
what about you? Where does the line come from? She's showing you, you know, what she looks like versus she's advertising her sexuality, and do you care if that's what she's into? Because I know you're a little on the open minded side, so you may have a different perspective on
As
that.
long as you're not full butt ass naked, I really don't care because the one thing that I've noticed that there can be a deception, and what I mean by that is they can have a maxi dress on with the girdle or the waist trainer on, and if grown people do grown things, and that waist trainer comes off and everything's spilling out, it's like, well, goddamn, what the fuck? But you know what I mean, if we're going just straight off of looks and body type, everybody knows I love my women BBW. And to deal with me,
Yes.
you gotta have a fupa. You ain't got a fupa, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So
Love that. Love that about you. I love that, you know,
so
everybody has a different thing that they're into. Before I move on
Yeah.
to Crash, let me I hope I didn't lose that question in my head. Um, do you feel it's false advertising for women to wear, you know, a good bra and a body shaper underneath her clothing to keep everything together? Or do you feel like, you
No,
know,
not at all.
she's trying to
No,
trick you?
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, hell, I'm 48 years old. Shit. I mean, I'm the first to realize that everything ain't sitting where it was when I was 21. So shit, if you can't be a realist, understand that a woman has had kids, or life has taken a toll on her, where things are not sitting where they once were. But just but on the same note, I love a woman that's into herself. In any profile I've created, I've always said that I want a woman that's in herself. You know how to accessorize yourself to make sure that you present your best image, because you don't just represent yourself, you represent me if we become one.
Okay. All right. I don't see any major questions in the chat, so let's keep going. Um,
yeah, I don't think it's just really deceptive, but it's like I said, grown people do grown things. So I would rather know what it is I'm walking into than be hit with the surprise later. Because like I said, I like big women. I like women with the fupas, the stretch marks, and the curves, and everything else. I also like it when she can switch it up to where she can show, for like a better term, a conservative side and also a funky side. And I love women
Yeah.
that dress goth. That's instant turn on to me.
Okay. And just
Yeah.
to add, I'm a Caribbean man, so I'm into full figure women too. So not necessarily that I'm going to disregard slim women, but full figure women do catch my attention. So it kind of pisses me off because the full figure women don't want to show that they're full figure. I'm like, yo, that's what I
oh,
want to see. Why you hiding?
because it's
Like,
celebrated in private and not really in public. When
right.
you know,
But I'm
from my
saying,
personal
like,
There you go,
experience,
Bob.
that's what you see. Is I don't want a woman who's over a certain size, no big girls, must be in shape, you know, must be active, a fit girl, things like that. So
right.
yeah, I think they're
But
just trying to
but
even
you
the
gotta
odds.
understand, right? But you gotta understand there are dudes like me and Shinka that are up there. You know what I mean? That really appreciate that the curves exist. That that you've had a baby. That you had got stretch marks. That you got little cottage cheese. Like I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
But,
So
but
the dudes that are shaming you for that know that there are also dudes that out there that appreciate it.
But see, you say guys like you and Shinka though, man. I'm gonna tell you. So most people that know me know that I typically date, more petite or medium sized women. However, I was engaged to a woman that was, borderline BBW, and she had a
Right.
fupa.
Right.
And again, it was all about the vibe and how she made me feel, and how she completed me in every aspect. So again, I
Right.
think that for women in general, just present your best self all the time.
Right.
Going back to what I said, how do you package that up?
Right.
Okay.
For sure.
Oh, let me do this point first, and then we'll go into feet. But
Oh,
um,
I heard something. I said something. I
I
heard.
know
I saw.
somebody said something about feet, but I wanted to address this first, so it'll be added to the
About feet?
topic. And
About feet?
so Yvonne said some women wear shapers to enhance
Feet?
the look of their outfits, and it's not always for others, and that is true. Sometimes you see through, the lines of your body don't look good under, especially those are bodycon dresses. You can see hip bones, ribs, even your pubic mound area shows up in the dress depending on how you're built. So yeah, I guess the point should be made that we're not all trying to false advertise. Sometimes it is for the outfit, but I'm sure you guys know that we've all been pretty open about stretch marks, extra weight, fupas. So I don't
Right.
need to
I
I
mean,
mean,
some.
preach
so
this point to
so
y'all.
yeah. So just so I'm just talking to the women that need to know. I'm a lights I'm a lights on type of dude.
Oh,
So
okay.
d- don't be trying to hide the fupa, the stretch marks, the
You want it all
cottage
out there.
cheese. I
Yeah,
want to
put it
see
all
it.
on the
I
table.
put it
Exactly.
all on the
Yeah,
table. Don't
I
be in the
got it.
dark with that shit.
That's
Don't
right.
even worry about none of that shit because if I'm with you, I already
Tyler be in the
wanted to
comments.
deal with all of that. I wanted to deal with all that. You know what I mean? So don't worry
And
about
that's
that.
Yep, there
something you
you go.
communicate up
There you
front
go.
so that the ladies can
Yeah.
relax, knowing that that's what you're into.
It's not even necessarily that what we're into. Sex is an intimate situation. It's like if the dude because you both have to accept each other. You know what I mean? My body ain't perfect. You know what I mean? So you have to accept me too. So let's go
That is true.
ahead
It's a
and be
balance there.
honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's be honest with each other about what our bodies are and enjoy that for what it is instead of, you know, turning the lights out and I hope she don't see this about me, my dad body,
Fuck that shit.
and right, and I hope he don't see my stretch marks and my my cottage cheese. What? Stop playing.
Well, I
And
mean
the jiggle,
that's good to
the,
know. More of us do not know that than you think. You think this would be common knowledge, and that we all know at this age we all look different, and that we can find something that we like looking at or touching on and be okay. But it's not communicated in the way that you would think it's communicated to women. There's a reason why some of us are hiding and
It's like stupid.
taking pictures from the right angle and trying to make sure that we look like what we think you want. But obviously, we don't all know what we think you want because y'all in here talking about
uh,
food and cottage
All
cheese.
you got to
So
do.
real
All you
quick.
got to do is
eh,
ask.
Right. Ebony said, can she rest her fupa on my head? And the answer is yes.
Hey, the
oh,
man
let
said
me
fupas
go ahead
are
and
us.
just put that one up
Fupas
so
are
it'll
us.
be in
Bring
the
it.
show for forever. Let me see, where does she? Oh, there it is. She
Yeah,
wants to put the fupa. Let me see. Show.
yeah. Bring on the
Okay. Why does
fupa.
it keep moving? Oh, there she is. Okay. So she wants to put the fupa on your head, and you cool with that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So before we move on, brothers, do you think
Pretty.
large women have lower self-esteem than other women? Have you experienced
Nah,
this?
nah,
Nope.
not at all. Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Maybe I would say out of maybe all the women that I've personally encountered in my life, I would say maybe a good 15% with low self-esteem. But other than that, the rest of the women, yeah, I'm big. What's up? Like that's what I like. Now
Yeah.
bring your fupa having a stretch mark having ass over here and let me love you.
Okay,
Right.
brothers,
Get your
y'all feel the
and
same way?
get your ass on top and stop feeling like you gonna break something. You ain't
Thank
Exactly.
breaking
you.
Drop it.
you ain't
Get it,
Drop
get
it.
it,
breaking
get it,
shit.
get it. Love it, love it.
Uh,
Drop it.
but
Bring it.
yeah, but
Confidence is the best outfit, right?
right, I'm of
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean. I'm of Caribbean descent. So if anybody has ever been to a Caribbean carnival and
We're
seen the
naked.
big women who
Yeah, yeah.
love their bodies and the men who love their bodies, you got to know that that's not an issue for us, not at
True
all.
that. True that.
So
At home, I'm more popular at home than I am here.
then, so
That,
And in
Caribbean
Texas and
Pastor
and
said,
California as well.
right, so Caribbean and African men, we worship that shit. Now, I can't speak for American men. I don't know how that rolls. I don't know about that petite and mid-size shit. That's cool. Like I'm not even knocking it. That's what they do. But I'm saying like for Caribbean men, we always appreciated um, full size women, and it was never a problem. Like full size women in our society love their bodies and they actually express it and they actually
yeah,
you know they are proud of it. So
Yes.
I don't
comes
know about
wild.
them other, yeah, I don't know about them other societies, but
Yeah.
the Caribbean shit we love
Confidence.
it. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Flex said, I mean, like Pastor said, confidence. I mean, I'm tell you, I've seen some big women, boy. I'm gonna tell you, their confidence level outweighed any slim woman I've ever seen. I'm like, yo, she's sexy as fuck. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, so it's all about that confidence and how you carry yourself. You know,
Definitely. Definitely. And we appreciate this piece of the conversation because, I'm sure it'll give a lot of ladies
But
some
can I say one
pause.
thing?
Sure.
um so there are these bikinis that big girls like to, and I'm gonna say big
The ones
girls, but
with the high waisted stomach things.
the the high waisted stomach things that look like a fucking cereal bowl. Stop wearing that shit.
You
Um,
want it all
thank you,
out.
brother. Thank you, brother.
Y'all,
Thank you,
y'all want it
brother.
all out. Okay.
stop wearing that
Yeah,
shit. What you
stop
can do
wearing
is
that
wear
shit.
some high waisted. You know what I mean? It still can cover your stomach, but wear some high waisted stuff that doesn't necessarily look like a damn cereal bowl. That don't look good.
Oh, those.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It
Okay.
don't look
I'm
good,
with you.
ladies. I'm telling you, it
I'm with
don't
you.
look
I'm with
good.
you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that one.
Wear some high waisted stuff. Go ahead and make it cut your fupa. You know what I mean? And do a little line around your stomach. It's cool.
Okay,
But
ladies.
you
They
try
saying
to
let it all hang out.
let
String
it all hang
bikinis.
out.
String bikinis this summer. Who's with me? Right? Cancel it, Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need that Shein order. We need bikinis. The brother said
Right.
bikini, so that's what we're doing. So the next question, I'm going to start with Shinka, and he knows exactly why. And this question is feet. If anyone has seen
If you
the
don't,
movie
if you,
Boomerang with Eddie Murphy, and you know how he felt about feet, he couldn't date a woman who had ugly feet or whose toenails weren't right. So um,
if you got ugly feet, we ain't got nothing to talk about. If you got pretty feet, but I can't touch them or suck on them, we definitely ain't got nothing to talk about. Yes, I have a foot and a shoe fetish, and I'm proud of it.
okay, Crash.
Look, I'm gonna let Shinka have that department there. Now, I love looking at some pretty feet, but I ain't sucking them motherfuckers.
Well,
You
I'm
know,
not
I
saying you
mean,
have to
I want
suck
the
them, but
feet.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you
Now I
prefer
rub
you
them. I
prefer a
rub
pretty
them. I
foot.
massage them. Yeah, we can do the whole foot therapy thing and all of that shit. Be romantic with it, but I'm not sucking no toes. But I want pretty feet. Pretty feet are essential.
What about you, Paul?
It don't matter. Like everybody in my family, they second toe is bigger than the big one. So it's
Shit.
like
Big
They got
toes.
they got two big toes.
yeah,
They got two big toes, huh?
they got two big toes. So I'm not even worried about that. I'm like, what the rest of you look like? You know what I mean? Like I'm about proportion. So if you uh you know full figure woman and you have proportion, then it's all good. I don't. Last thing I'm looking at is
Mm, that's a good question.
Okay, so now
Well,
we're
That's a
gonna dig a
damn
little
good
deeper
question.
into some of the more emotional type questions, and we'll start with Crash this time. What quality in a woman makes you fall for her? Like, you're dating her, you're not sure if she's going to go to that next level or not, and then something comes out of her, and you just go, oh, and you feel some kind of way. What is that quality or those qualities that take it to the next level?
So for me, I'll say a woman that allows me to be me, takes the time to get to know me, understands my humor, understands the way that I am, and that becomes important in the way she communicates and interacts with me. So if you're judgmental on everything I say and do, then I feel like, I can't be me, and I feel locked in a box. So I want a woman that takes the time to learn how I operate. And as it's my responsibility to learn her as well, I want a woman that's going to take the time to really get to know me. So first and foremost, that's the first and foremost thing. Second, like I said, I go back to it and I say, woman that's into herself. I want you to be able to, accessorize yourself and, to love on yourself and do the things that you need to do to I guess I don't know if we want to say beautify, but just to, it's not, that's one of Jesse Jackson words.
Self-love, self-care. You want her to
Yeah,
care
yeah,
about
yeah. There
herself
we
and put
go.
time
There
into
we go. But
herself. Because yes, that time benefits
yeah,
human
but
being.
yeah,
Taking care of
that's
herself.
huge to me. One that knows that can place me first, as it's my job to place her first, and it's evident in her actions. That I am a priority. So that's what wins me.
Paul, what does she have to do
Yes,
to play
Flex. Yes, my
to get
brother.
your heart, man? Is she gonna play a game of basketball and is she gonna play you for your heart, or what does she have to do for you to for her to soften you up?
Accountability. Um,
that's it for you.
Yeah, that's a big one.
that's like it's huge.
That's
It's
an open,
like
that's an open statement.
be honest with yourself, understand who you are, be able to communicate who you are to me, not the representative, but you in totality. All your faults, all your ugliness, all your prettiness, all your best quality, everything. Be accountable for who you are and be accountable for the choices that you've made. So if you like the toxic dude with the big dick and you're like, yo, I just wanted to smash that dude, but I fell for that, tell me about that. Talk to me about that. Don't give me the story of, oh, he was narcissistic and blah 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 blah. You knew who you was fucking with just because you wanted the big dick. And
Well, it ain't always
Yeah.
about that, but
no,
we
no,
do
no,
have,
no. I'm
we have
saying no, no,
flags.
no, no, no. Listen to what I'm saying. It's like if you ignore the flags just to be with the dude that's alpha or you know big dick or had money or whatever it is, right? Those qualities that attract women that you know be accountable that understanding that those things come with other issues. Be
Yes,
accountable for the
yes. Say
choices
that.
that you've made and say that okay, this dude had a lot of money and he was a fucked up dude, but I fucked with
Yeah,
him because he had a lot of money.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
no, he
Okay, I can see what you're saying. That's her truth. She needs to go ahead and just
yeah,
say that.
right,
Okay.
yeah,
right. Or be accountable to say, you know, this dude had a big dick and he made me feel a certain way with sex, but he was a toxic dude and I still
yeah,
fuck with him. Like be
yeah,
accountable for that. Don't give me the story that he was a fucked up dude and you ain't no you was helpless in that situation. I give women way more credit than that because you
That's
have a
fair.
choice to make. You have a
Okay.
choice to make.
That's
And in that choice, you chose to to deal with this dude and
for
who
whatever
he
reason.
was, not just for what you were getting out of it, but in totality of who he was. Be
Okay.
accountable for that shit. And be
Shinpei,
honest with yourself.
you're next. What does she have to do to get your heart?
Um, Pretty much what Paul and Christ said, but also let me add on, and these are aside from accountability, the biggest thing for me is be consistent and reciprocate and
yeah.
take the initiative to initiate sometimes. Don't let it fall on me to initiate everything.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's
And
fair.
yeah.
and bring me tacos.
Bring a taco.
Getting this man
Okay.
some tacos, please.
Okay. So this is one that viewer sent to the inbox. How much about her past or last relationship do you want to know? When does it become kind of what Paul said and not taking accountability or complaining or bashing the ex or bringing up the ex too often? I know I've had a habit of doing that myself when I want the man to understand me. I think explaining what I've been through helps him to understand, but it's not usually received that way. So that's something I, have had to work on. So the question from the ladies is, how much should we tell you so you understand us,
All
and
of
then
it.
how much is too
All of it.
much where you don't want to hear about
All
it.
of it.
And we can start
All
with
of it.
crashing.
Let's give it all to me. I mean, because I feel like if we're in a relationship, are we in a relationship yet, or are we just dating? But if we're in a
Um,
relationship, there should
you're
be no
in a
barrier.
relationship at this point.
I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, there should be nothing you can't talk about without being judged in a relationship. Nothing, nothing. So as far as I'm concerned, give it all to me. I mean, I'm not here to judge you on your past. We all got a past. So I'm not gonna hold you on what you did wrong in this relationship or what I did. You're not gonna hold me what I did wrong in that relationship. We're here together now. Let's deal with the present.
When does it become too much?
No,
When
it
does it
never
become,
becomes too much. It
never
never
becomes
becomes
too
too
much
much
for
for
you?
me. Yeah, no, I mean, drop it on me.
Okay. Paul?
Fupa too.
He said "Poop it." Y'all ain't hear that, but I heard that. Um, if you're comparing me to your PTSD, right? So if you got PTSD from this dude, like I want to hear about it. I want to know how you are responsible for the part that you played.
Accountability.
Accountability. Like I need to understand how your part in that is. You can't just tell me about how this dude was narcissistic and how he did this and how he did that.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
have to tell me also why you
Right. Well, why you hung out
contributed
there?
to that. Why you
Hmm.
contributed to that. And if
Bingo.
you
Hit it,
can't
brother.
tell me that, then we don't have nothing to talk about because as soon
Right.
as you become the total victim,
Right. That's
then
a problem.
you're an
Yeah.
asshole because you're
Yeah.
always the victim, right?
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
always a victim, then you're pretty much stupid.
Yeah.
It's
You don't
Preach, brother.
have no responsibility in the situations that happen to you. You're always letting somebody do something to you.
Is that
But
You
there's
what
pass the collection plate.
becomes too
Pass
much,
the
Paul?
collection plate.
When it becomes like just a victimization type of thing?
if you're a professional victim, then you're pretty much stupid, and I'm going to be your next motherfucking dude that's
Oh, don't
going to
say that. I
be.
knew you was gonna go there. Don't say it, Paul. Don't say it
I'm
like that.
I'm going to be the next dude to make you a victim. Like,
I
what's the
oh,
problem? Like, where do you say to yourself, "Yo, there's something about me that made this situation happen," or there's something about me that contributed to this situation?
Bingo.
Like,
I mean
the
that
dude
that is
isn't always a problem.
that
It,
is
it can't be that. It can't be that. I can't hear that. I can't listen to that. Because if you're a professional victim, then you're looking for me to be Superman. And I can't be that dude.
fish.
I'm not Superman. I'm imperfect.
Right.
I'm not perfect. I am gonna bring some shit to you too.
Hmm.
Shink. The question was, how much do you want to know about her past, and when or if does it become too much sharing? Like, is there a point where you don't want to hear about him anymore? Do you know when is it too much?
Personally, I can honestly care less. Like, I'm not going to pry and ask you about your past relationships. If we're already in a relationship, only thing I want to know is your perspective of what happened and how did it shape you to the person that you've become. But
Accountability.
yeah, like there's some things that I want to know. There's like how did like I said, like how did it shape you, or how did it have an effect, or how did it have effect on you, or so much of what lines has that person crossed that I know not to cross.
Okay.
So I don't bring that. So I don't repeat history. Like if you told me that he
Thank
cheated on you
you.
so forth for so on, being as though that I'm not a cheater. Like if I'm not happy with you, I'm just tell you that look. But I'm not going to go on a tangent. But just know that there's some lines that I won't cross. Or there's some boundaries that I won't cross. Like I do think that somebody should seek therapy when they before they enter a new relationship if they're not fully healed. But even if somebody is fully healed, there may be some things that can bring on that was like, look, that's like just let's like don't do that.
Right. Okay. Speaking for the women, because I've talked to some before we got into the show, and that's kind of where women felt they were coming from, that they were trying to show men what they had been through, what their triggers were, what they were trying to avoid this next time around, so that those things could be kind of laid out, on the table. And I would say more than half did not get a favorable response from having those conversations more than once or twice. And I say for myself, I would say probably 80% of people that I've spoken to are easily irritated after comparing in a positive way. I like this, or I'm enjoying this because in the past I didn't experience this, or this may have happened. So it's good to know that that you would like to hear it. Why do you think other men don't want to hear it and think it is a negative to have a woman explain what she's been through in the past? I don't mean without accountability. I mean with accountability, of course. And we can start with Paul.
I think that men kind of don't want to have to prove that they're not the last dude or the dude that did that to them,
Okay.
whatever it is. So that becomes a chore. It becomes like, okay, I'm not the last dude, so stop treating me like the last dude, or stop, don't give me that. Don't put your guard up for me because of what the last dude did to you. You know what I mean? So, from a man's perspective, we want to just be treated on our own merit. If I fucked up, then treat me based on my fuck up, not what the last dude did. You know what I mean? And if you have PTSD based on that, be like, oh yeah, you just like the last nigga. He didn't mow the lawn, when he said he mowed the lawn. So now you ain't mow the lawn when you say you ain't gonna mow the lawn. So you just like that motherfucker, and that's a trigger. You know what I mean? Now, if we feel like we're fighting a different battle versus based on our own merits. So,
Okay. So
beat me up based on my fuck
your
ups,
own merit.
not on my own merit, not on the last two.
Okay. Does anybody else want to chime in on that one? Why do you think that some men don't want to hear about her past, or take it, as a negative when it's more explanatory than blame or, negative comparison? Why, you know, it's something that they don't want to hear about?
I'll defer to Shink on that and see if he has anything, because I really can't understand that for myself. Because I mean, no, for me, I can't erase your pains, but I can ease the burden of carrying them. So that's where I stand with it. If somebody's hurt you, I'm here to reassure you that I'm not going to do the same.
Okay. What are you
Uh,
insecure about when you're dating or, entering into a relationship? What are the things that you feel like you need to work on about yourself?
well, before I answer that question, since Crash referred the last question to me, I think a lot of guys don't like to hear about women's past or their past dues, is because they think that there's some underlying feelings that they still having for that person.
I can see that. I can see that. They may think it's still something there because you keep bringing it up or whatever. Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's
But
definitely
that
fair.
PTSD issue is real. I mean, I see they keep coming around. So, I do believe that that's a real thing. That, I think men and women carry that PTSD.
That is true. We're all injured, and we're
So,
trying to work our way out of it the best we can. And nobody is the same. So we know that we might meet a person who doesn't want to hear about it, and next week meet somebody who does want to hear about it. So none of this is going to give anybody any concrete answers
That's
about
stupid.
about anything. But Shinka, what about your insecurities? Since you're next in line for that question. What are you concerned about that you need to work on to be, successful in a relationship, or what are you afraid someone may not accept you?
I'm gonna be honest. This might sound far fetched, but I really don't have any insecurities about myself. I mean, I know myself enough to where I accept that I'm an acquired taste. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So if you don't want to deal with me because of something, then okay, next.
Open and shut, huh?
Like I'm like I could be nonchalant about certain things, and there's certain things that I could care about, but if it's something that is like if it's something about it that I can't change or don't want to change because I feel as though that if I'm going to change, it has to benefit both parties and not just one. But I'm secure within myself, so if I'm not the type of man that you want, hey, I understand I'm not the only male walking the face of the planet. Like you got billions that you can pick from. Go pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Okay, testing.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah, we
Shinka
here.
is still buffering, but we came back, so we'll wait till we see Shinka's face again and come back, and we'll let
No,
it
no,
go.
no. He was on.
Yes.
You were the one that paused because I heard everything he
Not
said. So
I was talking. I can see y'all pause, so I don't know what happened with the stream, but
no,
I can
I
see you
heard
and hear you
everything.
too.
okay,
Yeah, I heard everything Shinka said.
okay,
So
Yeah,
good.
me
Okay,
too.
so
Me too.
Do you need
I
me to
have a
quickly repeat it so you can hear it?
sure, please.
no, no.
No, basically, I'm saying there's nothing about myself that I need to be insecure about. Like, I know I'm not the greatest man on the face of the earth, but I know I'm not the worst. Like, you got billions of men to pick from. Like, I'm an acquired taste. So if you don't want to pick me, then fine, don't pick me. Next.
Bingo. Bingo. Keep it moving.
Yeah,
Keep it moving.
Paul.
pretty much. Um, I'll be honest. Like when I'm in a relationship, I want to be everything, and I want to be that dude, right? And if I'm not that dude, I'll probably internalize that and feel like, well, why am I not that dude, right? So it's about understanding what that person wants from you and being able to supply that for them. Um, so there is a little insecurity, if whether it's being a provider, being a protector, being a sexual Geronimo, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Um, if you don't supply that for that person, then you have to understand what it is they want from you and why you can't supply that for them. So yes, absolutely, the person that you love, if you feel like you're not that person for them, it'll make you feel insecure. So
What
um,
since we're talking about insecurities, I'll let you go ahead and answer this question, and I'll come back around. What insecurities in women do you think are the biggest causes of you not getting to that next level with them, where you feel like
Mm.
she's not secure enough to to continue on this journey, like this is going to be a problem, or you feel like you may have to
Wow.
reassure her too much or build her up, or you just feel like she's not as confident as you want your woman to be. What are the insecurities that have come up with the women that you dated or attempted to date, where you just had to like exit out, shut it down, like that's it? Paul.
usually it comes around jealousy or
Hmm.
um, you know your 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 place with friends, your place with family, your place with um, if I have female friends, that kind of stuff. Like you know, luckily I've been in a relationship. My last ex was cool. She was really cool with me having female friends. She was really cool with me going out because I like to dance and I like to be out. Not necessarily because I'm trying to look for other women, but I
Right.
like to
Be social.
dance, be be social. So she understood that about me. But not a lot of women would understand about me, and I think that would be a conversation. If, for example, me and my ex would go to a spot, and I would dance with 3 or 4 or 5 other women, and she would be cool because she knew it was all about the dance. It was nothing about me trying to get with them. But there's a lot of women that wouldn't understand it. So, it's just about understanding the person that you're with and having the conversation.
Crash. What are the insecurities that just make you shut it down?
If we're constantly focusing on my past relationships, or women that I've been with, or you're talking to me about, do I do you check the box for me? It's low self-esteem for me is a big one. I mean, it's called self-esteem, as the comedian said. Self-esteem, meaning it's your esteem. I can't sow into that every day. So I mean, for me, I can't deal with a woman to where I got to build her self-esteem up every damn day and secure her in who we are. Fuck, if I'm going to work, I'm coming home, and hell, I'm here every day. I'm paying the bills. I'm making sure we got food to eat. I'm doing all of the things that a man's supposed to do in the house. I don't have time to sit here and pick you up every damn day and make you feel like you're 100%. Pick your damn self up, kick yourself in the damn nuts, and let's go. I don't have that
So
kind of time.
she got nuts. That's a problem.
You got
Well,
what I'm saying,
that's a
bro.
whole nother conversation that will not be going on tonight. But Shinka, I don't think you answered the insecurities one.
Man, look, if you don't trust me, then why are you here?
Bingo.
Right.
If I gotta constantly every 5 minutes reassure you that I'm not
Bingo.
doing nothing by your
Bingo.
back, then just leave me alone.
Right. There's a question that I always ask my ex, and I probably will ask in my next relationship. If there's a question that she asks, I always ask in return, do you want the truth or do you want validation?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Oh,
Most of them can't handle
okay.
the truth. Most of them can't handle the truth, bro. They don't want the
Right.
truth.
shit,
So,
the
so
wrong
I
person be
mean,
asking for the truth.
you ask a question, do you want the truth or do you want validation? It's like, what
Mm-hmm.
do you
Mm-hmm.
want?
I guess it
Because
depends on
I could
on the woman.
I could give you the truth, but it's not always going to validate you, right? And I can give you validation, but it's not always going to be the truth. So what do you want?
Okay, we're gonna maybe have two more questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And this is one that we didn't get to. Um, I posed this question thinking about the bashing that happens, online, and the Kevin Samuels
Uh-oh.
conversations and the
Uh-oh.
high
Oh,
value
Uh-oh. Here we go.
providers and
Here
all
we
of these,
go.
oh,
all of these
Oh,
Here we
these
go. Here
ideals
go the
that
shit.
men and women both put on each other's backs. What do you think needs to change about all this thinking for us to find each other and actually stay together? Like, what do you see that needs to change if we're gonna if we're gonna pair up, if we're gonna couple up, if we can't figure out who's gonna do what role and who's gonna pay what bill, and whether she's gonna go to sleep with a bonnet on her head, whether any of these, like, just, to me it seemed like minor personal things. What needs to change for us to make it work, and for us to understand each other, and love each other, and want to be together? Shinka, you can go first on this one.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Understand first and foremost that it's nobody's job as a grown ass adult to liberate another grown ass adult from adult responsibilities.
Bingo.
I already knew that was coming. I think I know that one by heart.
Pass the plate, brother.
If anybody needs me to elaborate, it is not my job to pay your bills. It is not my job to cook your food. No, it's not my job to pay your bills, and it's not her job to cook my food.
Right.
Me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50-50 across the board, financial, domestic, the whole nine. Like, basically, I can cook my own food, wash my own dishes, do my own laundry, and I'm not the biggest neat freak, but I know how to clean up. So if you're adding stress to my life, is subtracting happiness, go over there somewhere.
Be gone with you.
Big on.
Okay, Paul. What needs to change for us to work this out? Because we're not doing too well.
I think truth comes in many forms. Um, there are a lot of people that feel like truth needs to be harsh so that other people can feel it. But I think truth needs to be understood. And if I'm giving you some kind of truth just to be harsh or just to be, blunt or whatever the word is, tough love,
Right.
it still needs to be heard. And if the other person can't hear it, then they will never receive it. So this dude is sending me messages about whatever his truth is. It's got to be heard, and it's got to be in a way that is communicated where someone can hear it. Communication is not about just putting out a message, but it's also about the message being heard. And if your audience can't hear the message, then what's the point? So for me, um, I want to understand people. I want people to understand me, and that is a point of communication. Let's communicate. Let's understand each other. Let's try to figure out what is the bridge for us to understand each other versus us attacking each other.
Attacking each other. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
That's so.
When we attack each other, nobody is listening when we attack each other. And that has to happen for us to get it. We have to listen to each other.
And let my listen to be heard.
Yeah, you got to listen. And I've been in my job. I took the Stephen Covey 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and one of the principles is, to listen to understand.
Listen to understand, right? Not to respond or reply or rebuke, but to understand.
Right.
Yeah.
But to understand. But if you can't understand what the message is, then it doesn't make sense for that person to spew all this rhetoric and nobody is listening. You know what I mean?
Well, they're listening just so they can take the point and
They're
not
listening to
everybody, but
respond.
some are listening to it because it makes them feel good and they're spitting it back out, and we're not hearing the truth that's lost in the message.
They're listening to respond.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They're not. Yeah, they're listening to respond.
To
They're
respond.
not listening to understand.
Yeah.
And it's about understanding. So communication is about. It's not about how I send the message. It's about, does the other person understand?
Hear the message. Crash, what about you? What do you think needs to change for us to work this out and be together?
Well, first and foremost, I would say we have to stop following societal norms.
That part.
Some of the stupidest shit that I've ever heard was, baby, did these jeans make my butt look big? Motherfucker, you know what your ass look like before you put them damn jeans on.
Don't say that one.
That
Come
part.
on, you know what I'm saying? Come on, don't guilt trip me into telling you what you want to hear versus what you see. Now, I mean, so when is my lie acceptable? So it's acceptable when you want to hear what you want to hear, but it's not acceptable when I tell you what you don't want to hear.
That's truth.
So again, let's not play these semantics. I don't play semantics in life. I say what I think, I say what I feel, and if you can't handle that, then I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I don't want you to sugarcoat shit with me. Baby, you looking big. You need to get your ass in the gym. Tell me that.
I hope that's not how you saying it. Is that how you're gonna say it?
No, I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying she told
You want
me
her?
that.
Her to tell you.
Yeah, she told me that. Said, baby,
don't tell us
I
like
noticed.
that.
You've been drinking the White Claws too much. Stomach getting big. You need to get in the gym. Tell me some shit I need to hear. Don't
Hey,
say pacify me.
why can't a dude say that to you?
I mean, he can say it. I just hope he wouldn't be like, oh girl, you're getting big. Get your ass in the gym. I hope that's
No,
not
no,
how he's
no.
going to come at you.
But why not? But why not?
I just feel
If
like
she can say that,
I feel like there's a kinder way that you could say it, and if you're going to be kind to anybody, it should be the partner that you're
Semantics,
with.
PC culture.
I don't think it's
culture.
about PC culture. I feel like if you care about me and I'm different, you love me differently than you love other people. We have this intimacy and this connection here. You couldn't say something softer just because it's good to say it softer. I mean,
Baby, let's start going to the gym.
What are we
Baby,
not
can we start going to the gym?
understanding?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so let's not attack the person that you're trying to get the message
Tell you the
to.
truth.
Just tell you the truth. So it's like, okay, I might not say, hey, you getting big, let's go to the gym. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to the gym. Let's do this together so we can be healthy together, blah, 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 right?
That's
now,
where I'm at with it. Yeah.
Now, would you receive that message? Would you receive that message as me saying, damn, you big? Because, dealing with women.
I don't know if everybody would. I would know that you were hinting and trying to be kind about it.
Listen to me. Dealing with women, you got to understand that now I got to defend how even that message sounds like, okay, are you trying to say I'm big? Right?
Yes, you are big.
Right.
Next
now
question.
I gotta answer that question. Now I gotta answer that question. Right?
I feel you.
Right. So the whole thing is, look, I'm trying to do it in a positive way. Hey baby, I'm going to the gym.
Bingo.
I need you to come to the gym with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Easily.
Right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Now she can accept that message or not. Now, there are women, I'm not saying you, there are women that would be like, oh, what you trying to say?
Yes, there would. Yes, there would. I'm not going to pretend like that's not the truth. We definitely have some insecurities around weight and aging and how you see us and whether we're still got it and the visual.
That don't mean you don't still love you.
Right.
Man, it's a part of your life. Get over it.
So now the man is
you improve yourself.
Right. So now the man is in a precarious situation because all he wants to do is encourage the situation instead of getting into this precarious argument about, do you think I'm big and you don't like me no more and you only like the right now it's going into Pandora's box into some other shit.
I see what you're saying.
We never really intended to say. All we're trying to say is, look, baby, I want you to be in the best shape that you are supposed to be in. I know what your potential is. I got you. Let's do this together. Boom. But there are some women, regardless. Some, but that would say, okay, what you trying to say? I'm too big. You don't love me no more, and they'll take it.
With none of that shit said.
True. I have been her before.
Yep.
So yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does happen. For me, delivery is everything, but sometimes delivery doesn't work for certain people and they might need to hear a truth in a harsher way. And I get that too. It's just
you want it filtered in vibes, what you're saying.
I want mine to just be nice to me because I'm going to be nice to you. If I thought I had an issue with you, I wouldn't be like, oh baby, your ding ding is hanging down to the ground, or you got too many gray hairs in your pubes, or you got an extra tire. I would never tell my man anything in that type of way. I would probably change the food we're eating, say, let's start walking after dinner. I'd figure out a way. I'd try that approach first, before I would do anything to hurt his feelings. I talk to my man softer and kinder than anybody on the planet. So for me, it's difficult to understand somebody wouldn't want to talk to me soft and kind as well. That's a personal thing, though. I can't.
Jay for you.
Jay said,
for you as a lady. I got a question.
Yes, you are big as fuck. Yes, I still love you. Now we going to the gym or no?
Yeah. So, I have a question for you, Bob.
Please don't do that.
Bob, I have a question for you as a lady.
Yes.
Though. So, why do y'all ask us those crazy ass questions like, did these jeans make my butt look big? And you know that.
Because we want to know if you like what we have on. We want to know if you're proud to be with us in this outfit. When we're walking around, are you looking like, yeah, that's my girl? Or are you looking like, I hope she don't wear them baggy ass diaper jeans today? That's really all it is. It's
Yes,
But
your
I'm
ass look
saying,
big in them jeans. Or you trying to sit on my face or no?
but no. But that's where that question comes
Shaking
in.
stupid.
Do you want the truth or do you want validation?
I want the
Bingo.
truth, but I want the truth kind enough that I can still be validated, even if I need
So,
it.
but no.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's the
yes.
problem.
I know
So
that doesn't make sense, but yes, yes, yes.
that's exactly the problem. Women want the truth to validate them. The
Yes,
problem is the truth and validation doesn't necessarily
it does.
are
You can say you're looking
they're
a
not
little bigger,
necessarily the same things.
but I
No,
They're
still
not
love you. I
necessarily
no,
the
still
same.
think you're
they're
sexy, but
not.
yes, you've put on some weight. That's all we're saying. That's all
Right.
we're saying.
But I'm saying some women can't accept that because their
Yes, okay,
validation
no,
part is
that's true.
more
That's
important.
true. There's some that no
It's
matter how
more
you say
important.
it, they're gonna flip out. Yes,
Right.
Bingo, bingo,
that's true. I'll
Can I
acknowledge that.
bingo.
I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't happen, but
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
can I add two more
Yes,
short
sir.
piece of information
Mm-hmm.
as far as what can change? Stop trying to change the narrative to fit your sensitivity and get rid of the
Bam,
entitlement.
bam, bam. There you go, brother. There you go.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons that it's become such an ugly narrative is that we don't like the truths that are, that are shared in these relationship discussions. Either we're worried about the amount of money we make because we feel pressure to be a provider, or we're worried about what we look like because we feel pressure to be sexy for our men, or we're worried about the gender roles because we don't want to do that, or we've done it before in the past. I think a lot of it is we just don't want to accept these are the needs of certain people. And if they need something that you don't want to give, they're just not your people. And I think we're so lonely and wanting to be together that we're trying to
Desperate.
figure out how to fit in other people's, ideas of what they want and need, which is why we can't even have a discussion on what we like. If I like a big girl, all the skinny girls are mad. If I like skinny girls, all the big girls are mad. If I don't like weaves, all the girls who wear weaves are mad. If I don't like girls with natural hair because I don't like nappy hair, that's going to be a problem. Like, we've gotten to the point where
No,
we're trying to fit ourselves into everybody's mold that we can't let people just like what they
Societal
like and say,
norms.
well, he ain't for me
So
or she's not for me.
yeah.
no,
But
no, it's
I
not
think
because you're not on my radar. And if you
right.
ain't on
But
my
I
But
radar, I can give
right,
a
that
fuck how
doesn't
you
stop
feel.
anybody from getting their feelings hurt, though. There's obvious
They
right.
feelings
get that.
hurt when you're not even
But
anybody they would talk to anyway, which is
But I think that some people don't understand that men internalize that shit too. So
yes,
not all of us
yes,
are 6 feet. Not all of us are
exactly,
210 pounds with muscles. And not all of us
right.
have, you know, 10
Beards,
feet,
tattoos, dark skin versus light
tattoos.
skin,
Right,
waves versus
right,
baldies, and muscles versus
right,
not muscles. Yes,
right.
So,
So
yes.
so,
not all
so
of us fit that mold. So, it's like it can't be a one sided situation. It's like, okay, I got a little beer gut and I got a little, situation going on. So it's really about humility. Like I gotta humble myself and
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
okay, you
yeah.
know what? I got a little gut. You know what I mean? So do I need a perfect 10 body? I gotta
Not for
look
the
at
person
myself
who's
and
for
I gotta
you,
be like,
no. For this person
I
who's
gotta look at myself.
proclaiming she needs that online, then I guess for her, yeah,
Right.
but not for everybody.
No. But if I had a perfect 10 body, now I'd be like, you know what? I worked hard for this. I can appreciate the woman that did also, and vice versa.
Or she could just
Now,
be a
So,
freak and just
so,
want to play
so,
with toys.
right.
so, so,
Well, that's a
so,
whole other
so, but,
story. That's a whole other
but
story.
yeah, yeah, but hold on, bro. So, yo, Jay Young said that hey, it's how you say it. Now, given
Right.
anybody that knows me knows that guess what? When I'm on social media, I talk a certain way. I cut up. I'm the life of the party. But however, I mean, I can be a bit abrasive with my tongue at times, but it's not intentional. So I do try to be mindful of the fact of what I say to a woman. So I don't want to put that out there. I'm just gonna say, hey, baby, you're a fat ass. We got to go to the gym. No, that's not what I'm gonna say to her.
Okay. That's what it sounded like. So I'm
No,
glad
no,
you
no, 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 no. That's not me.
you
That's not
cleared
me. I'm
that
gonna
up.
you know.
Well, I mean, I think we have to be mindful of our online personalities versus who we really are. Like a lot of people want to say, "Oh, that's just for entertainment," and I just say the things that I say online for entertainment versus, who we really are. But how am I supposed to discern what the difference is if I don't know who you really are? So, if you're just doing stuff for entertainment, then how do I know that? So basically, to me, that's part of your personality.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I want each of you to add a final thought, and I would like you to let the viewers know what you think women don't understand about men that we should. Give us a point, a topic, something that you know we totally don't understand about you that we need to and that we should know. And I'll start with Shinka. Shinka, what do women need to know about men, or about even you personally as a man, that we just have wrong? What are we getting wrong? What are we not understanding?
Basically, let's see, how can I put this? Basically, what y'all don't understand is that men have feelings. Men have a right to say how they feel about women as well. Just like how women like to say how they feel about men. Like how can you be as a man telling a woman that she need to be a certain body type, but yet his titties are bigger than yours. The same way as how are you a woman that lives in basically the same room as that you grew up with in your parents' house, still living with your parents, and telling the man that he needs to provide for you.
That's fair.
Like everybody's has the right to say what they say. If you don't fit the narrative or you don't fit that bill, take yourself out the equation.
Right.
Stop being so quick to put yourself in front of bullets that's not even aimed at you,
Yes.
because it ain't about you. Because I see a lot of posts that says, "Well, men ain't shit." I guess I'm a man, and I know I'm not shit. I cannot be shit at times, and I admit that. But I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, not all men this, not all." Hey, look, if I don't fit the description, I'm gonna just take myself out the equation. So, just like you said, like if you got somebody that likes petite women but don't like big women and don't say anything about big women, get out your feelings. That ain't
Right.
for every. You ain't every
It's
going to be
right.
everybody's.
You don't even know him. Probably wouldn't get
You're not
along
Yeah.
anyway.
right. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I
Exactly.
just like I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's taco.
Definitely. Definitely.
And
Crash.
just one more short thing.
Go ahead.
Stop being afraid to shoot your shot. Like fuck all that societal norms bullshit.
We are
Men
afraid.
like
We are,
men
well,
love
some of
to
us are
be
afraid, not all of us.
men love to be desired too. So if you see a man, you like him. Hey, I think you're handsome. I want to get to know you better. What's your name? And can we take it further? More than likely, we're gonna say yes. So what's up? But all that, we don't shoot. I said, man, cut that bullshit out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And
Which
Crash, your next. What do we need to know about maybe men in general, or about you personally as the type of man you are? What are we getting wrong? What don't we understand?
so I think first and foremost we need to understand that men are a lot similar to women. We have some of the same needs that women have, and women like to isolate those needs as though they're just needs of women. So the sooner we can put the differences aside and stop playing the victim card and start focusing on how do we move forward as an individual, meaning collectively together as a unit, the sooner that we can kind of build something. So I know for me, I don't want a woman that's in my life that every time you turn around, it's about how she feels, what she thinks, what she wants, what she hears, what she sees. Okay, what
That's
about
fair.
how I saw that?
All of that.
What what about how I saw what I said? What about how I feel behind what I said? Do you take the time to get to know why I felt that way? What compelled me to feel this way or think this way or to say that? Was it something you said or did? Or are you gonna sit back and play victim all the time and say, okay, well, you said this and it made me feel this way. Well, what made me say that? What made me feel that way? That's not even a factor. All we want to talk about is how you felt. And it's you're not in a relationship by yourself.
Right.
So, I get off
That
my
part.
soapbox.
All of that.
All of that. Paul, you want to wrap it up for us?
I'm gonna quote my man Jay, that couldn't be on the show, but 99% of the people you meet are not for you. So
That part.
when we listen to all these quotes about, well, most men do this and most women do that, that's because they're not for you. They're not for you. So that is common. That is natural. That is real. They're not for you. So they're not supposed to do everything that you want them to be. So stop doing that dumb shit. It's dumb because Nobody is going to fit into your motherfucking box of what you thought they were supposed to be since you was 5 years old, to be Prince Charming or to be
Right.
the
Fairy
queen
tale or whatever.
of Zamunda, right? That fairy tale
Right.
shit. Give their fucking dream up and just accept people for who they are. And once you accept people for who they are,
Bingo.
understand that they're not going to fit into your box. You look for that one fucking percent of the person of who you want, and understand that that's who the person is going to be for you. And stop looking at 99% of the people to be what the fuck you want.
Right.
They
Which
aren't going to be
Mm.
that.
they're
That's
right. They're
not
not
who
As a
they
gonna
collection
are.
played around, this man preaching.
okay.
That's not who they are. Stop doing that shit. That's dumb. That's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
Yes. Shooting
Just
yourself in the foot, hurting yourself, digging your
right.
own grave,
Just
all of it.
just understand that 1% dude, you just haven't run into them yet. So
Bingo.
unfortunately, some people have run into that 1% dude when they were in high school. Some people have run into that 1% dude while they was at work or at college. You haven't run into that 1% motherfucker yet. That's it. Stop making
Yeah.
it. Stop being a victim because you haven't met that 1% person yet.
Yes.
Men
Yes.
and women. Stop being a victim.
Okay.
Stop.
You're not a victim. The 1% just hasn't run into you. That's all it is. So stop that bullshit about why men do this and why women do that. It's stupid
It's done.
because
It's tired.
it's just not for
Yeah.
you. That's all it is. And when you find that 1%, that's for you, and that's who that person is. So
Thank
Bingo.
your
And
little
stop.
your little box, you focus on that 1%, not the 99%.
you. Okay.
And stop
Fellas,
using sign language against men that don't fit into your box.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's true as well. Fellas, I appreciate your time, your energy, your words, your thoughts, your feelings. Thank you for being honest and transparent, and letting us pick your brain and taking some of these questions that came from viewers in the inbox. And that's all I can say is thank you very, very much, audience. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for getting live in the comments and having all these side conversations that I'm reading and looking at. So I'll be back in the comments tomorrow so I can chime in on some of the things that I see, but I can't, necessarily comment on. And as Dak posted a little earlier, our next show is going to be men and women together having a discussion and kind of, dealing with some of these topics. So we can not talk in a silo, kind of having a more open conversation. And we will post about that and, put information up like we always do. But as we head on out, we'd like to invite you guys to please, please, please like, comment, follow, and share. We'd appreciate it. We have started testing our YouTube stream, and it was on tonight. I did see some comments come from YouTube. We had a couple of YouTubers that were watching, and of course, Facebook is always live and popular. So just keep an eye on us, and we'll be posting and sharing, and keeping you informed on this dating series. We've got a couple more episodes, so I'm going to go ahead and end this stream now. But thank you again so much, and good night.
Good
Bring
night.
tacos.
Tacos.
Peace.